Sure. Story, I guess it's a straightforward one. My wife and I, we wanted to grow our family, and so we went the conventional route. And
We struggled. I went through procedures and medications and, scheduling and us trying for, I think we did that for off and on for 10 years or so. Knowing that we want a family and children and just kind of being open to what is going to work for us. How are we going to build our family?
we knew there were children in need. You know it. You can get so kind of caught up in your day, and you're watching TV, watching television, and you are hearing about people that have gone, overseas, whether to China, to India, to do adoption. And we did have that conversation. We had thought about that. And there was a pause, and it was like, but what about, I'm sure there's a kid, probably one state over, or one county over, gosh, possibly even one street over.
I grew up very, very poor, and I could have easily been one of these kids. And I think that's another thing that drew us to foster care, but CHS in particular, we were drawn to because we wanted to have access to as many children as possible. And instead of, I know a lot of the foster agencies are just county, and CHS had kind of a regional reach. So, we were just, when we finally found our path that we were going to take, we were like, we want to leverage all of the possibilities that we can. And next thing we know, we get a call from Alicia, and she says, we have these 2 little girls, and would you be willing to meet them? And, I talked to Brian, and we talked about it, and I said, yeah, we'll meet them. So anyway, we met at this park, and
So we had rolled up, and we were kind of a little bit, we were nervous. That's just it. We were nervous. And yeah, Annabella and Gabriella were there. And Ani, at the time, she's 2. Gabby was 1. The day will always stick with us. It's easy because it was Gabby's first birthday. And so they had a celebration at home for her, and then they were coming out. And so, yeah, we got to meet Gabby on her first, for that first birthday. She was 1, so of course she wasn't talking very much, but I just remember her eyes just as big as saucers, and Anna was very busy at play. Gabby, she wanted to be held, which on a very hot North Carolina June day, it was a very sweaty first meeting, but at the same time, wouldn't trade it for the world. I can still feel her cheek, right here. And
yeah, it was pretty much love at first sight. To see where they came from to where they are now, and their little personalities are coming out, and like Anna's learning how to read, and we're doing sight words, and Gabby, she was verbally delayed, so she didn't talk for forever. It seemed like forever to us. And then to have her just babbling in the back of the car and singing, and
I am so sad to see it pass. And I am so excited to see the young women they are becoming. Family's messy. Family is incredibly messy, literally, emotionally, and I take my hat off to what CHS continues to show up day in and day out to do. And yes, when you go through it with them, it really is family, and it has to be family in order for it to work. In order for us to have the successes that we have to embrace each other as family. Because with family, there's trust. With it, where there's trust, we can have that love and success.